Hey, what is up, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG, and in today's video, guys, what I got for you, we're going to be covering a Skeledirge EX deck. Now, this is before Paradox Rift has hit the stores. I'm covering this early, so I do want to go ahead and point out and apologize. I do have one proxy in here. This Skeledirge EX is supposed to be this one, but I figured, screw it, it's a Skeledirge. Same point, you guys get it. So yeah, in this video, we're going to be partnering it up with Arceus VStar, so I figured this would be a cool deck to cover. If you guys do enjoy it, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Good Lord, I cannot speak. All right, we're going to start off with a 2-2 line of Skeledirge. I just grabbed the first two Fuecocos I saw because this is crunch time mode, baby. Yeah, so Skeledirge EX has the ability Incendiary Song. I kind of wish it was Torch Song. But this card reads that once during your turn, you may discard a basic fire energy card from your hand to use this ability. During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon do 60 more damage to your opponent's active. So what that means is we pitch one fire, our Pokemon is now doing 60 extra damage, which is pretty insane. And I really like that concept. That idea is pretty sweet. So yeah, we're going to be running a 2-0-2 line of that. And its partner in crime for this one is going to be Arceus VStar with the attack Trinity Nova, which allows you to search your deck for 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V any way you like. And then it also has Starbirth, which allows you to search your deck for any 2 cards and add them to your hand, which is pretty much identical to the other partner in crime here, which is going to be Pigeot EX. We're going to be running a 2-0-2 line of that. And it just has quick search, which allows you to search your deck for, search your deck for any 1 card and add it to your hand. So we got a lot of moving pieces here. We got Skeledirge giving us some extra damage. We got Pigeot here, which is not only a secondary attacker, but can search anything out of our deck. And then, of course, our main attacker here is going to be Arceus V-Star. We can also attack with Skeledirge, which is nice. It has Luster Burn for 160, and it pretty much just gets through your opponent's effects on their active Pokemon, which is really nice. That's really cool. So if you use this effect, discard 1, it does 220. With Pidgeot here, if you have 2 normal energy on it, so it would do 180. And then if you have a double turbo, that'll go out to 160, I believe. And then with Arceus, I believe that comes out to 240, and then 260 if it has 3 fire. So that's pretty sweet. And then the Radiant choice for this deck is obviously going to be Radiant Charizard, because holy crap, these two together, late game is going to be a insane amount of damage. And just in general, since we are playing fire energy, it makes a lot of sense just to run Radiant Charizard because it can be a cheap, easy cleanup Pokemon. So that is going to do it for the Pokemon. Moving next into the supporter line, we got ourselves 3 Professor's Research, 3 Iono. We got 2 Boss's Orders, a Cheren's Care, a Raihan, and then in the surprising last spot, we got Jacq. Jacq is a card that is not seen very often, but in this deck, it's actually pretty good because it allows you to search your deck for 2 evolution Pokemon, and put them in your hand. So which means you can grab these, and quite frankly, all 3 of these are very solid choices. Jacq can turn into a Starbirth, which can turn into a quick search, which can turn into what have you. So Jacq, pretty good 1-of card in this deck. So I decided, screw it, we're gonna run it. All right. Now for the item cards. As soon as I grab them here, Jesus, there's a lot of these. All right, hold on now. There's a lot of them, all right. Pretty generic start here. We got our 4 Ultra Ball, we got our 4 Nest Ball, we got our 4 Rare Candy because we don't play any middle evolutions. You can if you want to. Guys, you can make any changes to this deck that you want to. This is a skeleton starter list. Got a Super Rod because shuffling those energies we discard is very clutch and it just means more damage. Choice Belt because I love playing 1 copy of Choice Belt in my Arceus decks because I could Starbirth for a Choice Belt, which could lead to some early damage if we are facing Pokemon V. We have 1 Escape Rope, 1 Switch, and then we have 2 Lost City, followed by 2 Collapsed Stadiums. So that's going to do it for the item line there. Now we're going to get to the energy / kind of going over the deck. So obviously we're going to be playing 4 Double Turbo. I did mention it earlier. This is pretty common in Arceus decks. But then we got our Fire Energy. We are playing copies of that equal to the number 9. So we got 9 Fire, 4 Double Turbo. Should be fine. Can be adjusted here if you need to. I even had a energy retrieval pulled out. I was gonna sleeve that, and I kind of looked at the supporter line. It was like, yeah, it looks a little skimpy, so we're just gonna go ahead and run an extra supporter in here instead of that. So yeah, that should be fine, but it can be adjusted. This entire deck can be adjusted if need be. But the general strategy of this deck is very, very simple. So your field is going to look something kind of like that, ideally. And we'll just throw something else out there. So if you got yourself a Arceus and it's got, of course, you know, the fire and the double turbo on it, you can use Skeledirge effect, pitching energy. Now this is doing more damage. We have access to cards like Boss's Orders in here, which I'm actually considering bumping up to 3. That seems like that would be a better idea than the 2 I have right now. So there's an idea you can do there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you got Pidgey out here searching something out every single turn. Arceus it's kind of like a Charizard build in a sense, to where like you're using Arceus as like kind of your starter Pokemon to set your board up. Except in this case, this is pretty much going to be your primary attacker. You can set up other Arceus VStar, and then you just kind of have Pidgey out here for that extra consistency. And then you got Skeledirge here, which can attack. Keep that in mind. It only takes 2 fire, so you can get that powered up pretty quickly. But yeah, it's a pretty common strategy, or a pretty basic strategy that just kind of revolves around discarding and hitting harder. But I definitely think that the 3rd Boss's Orders would probably be ideal. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope these videos are enjoyable. They're the only thing I can kind of get posted right now because I am absolutely unable to make videos. So these are all just kind of edited and thrown together, made early on, and then scheduled throughout the time that I'm going to be out. So that's going to do it. See you guys in the next one. Take care. Love you guys. And this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out.
Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.